Does the Bible really condemn all forms of wealth? This is a question that has sparked endless debate, confusion, and even guilt among many believers. We often hear verses that seem to paint a very clear picture. Wealth is bad, and the rich have little hope of entering heaven. But is that the whole story? Let's take a deeper, more honest look at what the scriptures actually say about money. One of the most famous stories is about the rich young ruler who approaches Jesus. He's a good guy. He's kept all the commandments. But when Jesus tells him to sell everything he owns and give it to the poor, he walks away sad because he had great wealth. Then, Jesus delivers that heavy-hitting line. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. On the surface, this seems like a slam dunk. Case closed, rich people are out. But let's pause for a moment and consider the context. Jesus was testing his ultimate allegiance. What did he love more, his possessions or God? His sadness revealed his answer. Jesus' reply is crucial. With man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. He wasn't saying no rich person can be saved, but that salvation itself is a miracle of God, not something we can achieve on our own, regardless of our financial status. This brings us to a critical distinction the Bible makes time and time again. It's not money, but the love of money that is the root of all kinds of evil. As Jesus said, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." If your heart is fixated on accumulating wealth, your focus shifts away from God and onto earthly, temporary things. Think about the Bible's own Hall of Fame. It's filled with individuals who were incredibly wealthy yet deeply faithful. God chose him to be the father of a nation and blessed him immensely. It was, "The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised." His wealth was a blessing from God, and when it was gone, his faith in the giver remained. Lydia, a dealer in expensive purple cloth, was a successful businesswoman who opened her home to Paul and his companions. These individuals used their resources and influence to serve God's kingdom. The Bible doesn't condemn them for their wealth. It highlights how they used it for a greater purpose. The Apostle Paul gives direct instructions to the rich in 1 Timothy. He doesn't tell them to become poor. He tells them not to be arrogant nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God. The emphasis is on the posture of the heart and the purpose of the wealth. So, when we circle back to the camel and the needle, perhaps we're missing the point if we just see it as a condemnation of a bank balance. Can you hold your possessions with an open hand, recognizing them as a gift and a tool for God's glory, ready to be given away when called upon? You have resources, you have security, you have comfort. Poverty, on the other hand, often forces a reliance on God out of sheer necessity. The ideal presented in Proverbs 30 is a balanced one. Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. It condemns the worship of money, the arrogance it can produce, and the false security it offers. It challenges us to see our resources not as our own, but as a stewardship from God. The ultimate question isn't how much do you have, but what has your heart, and what are you doing with what you've been given? It's a call to generosity, humility, and a radical trust in God over gold.